Everyone, welcome back to SAT Math Question of the Day. Here's our question. Please try it. Pause the video. Come back. We'll do it. Number 17. K went on a bike ride. During the first mile of his bike ride, he rode at a constant speed s. After the first mile of his ride, K increased his speed by 100%. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Which of the following expressions represents the speed K rode his bike after the first mile in terms of s? We did a problem like this a few weeks ago. We raised something up to 100%, and you have to figure out what the answer is.
They raised it by 100%.
What did I say? Oh, from?
To
Yeah,
100%.
you have to raise it. Well, which one is correct? We have to raise it by 100%. Right, yeah. So, if it was me, I would bring in what I call the shopping formula, which tells you that if you raise something by a certain percent or lower it by a certain percent, the answer is the old amount times 1 plus the decimal of the percent rise. So this is the old amount is S. 1 plus the decimal of this. You take this 100 and you put it on top of 100 and you get a 1. And you do a 1 and you get 2S. Now, using formulas is not the greatest, but I don't know. I think with
I don't like using formulas.
either do I, either do I, either do I. But percent questions can
Okay,
get
so
pretty
do you
tricky.
recommend that your students use formulas or think?
I recommend students use formulas in this case. Why? Because this is an easy question. The backwards question is much, much harder if you don't have a formula. The backwards question tells you says that I am running. I don't know. I have something at 30, and what do I have to raise a number by in order to get? No, what do I have? If I want to raise something by 20%, if I'm raising something by 20%, and my final answer is 30, what is my original? If you don't have the formula, this is a pretty hard question to think through from fundamental principles. Okay? So
Yeah.
the formula I use is a protection against the harder problem. But yes, most people would not use a formula.
Okay, how about you try talking out how you would do it without the formula?
What? This problem? The one at hand? The one
Well,
at
let's see if you could do it.
the one at hand? Sure. Yeah. If you raise
Yeah.
something by 100%, that means you're doubling it.
Why?
Why? Because when you're raising
100% is 1.
I know. But you're taking 100% of the original number and then adding it to the original number. You can
Beautiful.
see 100% plays with you. Let's do 80%. Let's do 90%. And if you're raising it by 90%, you have to do 90% of S, and then you have to raise it. You have to add it to S because you're adding that amount to the original. And that's where this
Yeah,
1
yeah.
comes in. But these percent questions can be pretty tricky, because you got to remember to add it to the original. That's why the formula takes that into account. Right, raised by R means X plus R. X. Right, if you raise it by R amount, it means that, what? Add. Yes, you have to add it. Right, yes. So yeah, if you totally understand what that means, then of course you don't need the formula. And you have to know both. You really have to understand both. So it's pretty easy what they are expecting you to know in this problem: how to raise things by a certain percent, and also how not to be swayed by this special case of 100% rise, because that could play with you. You can do what we talked about a few days ago, Seth, when you said we're so used to looking at things and reacting to them quickly because that's a survival mechanism.
Yeah.
If you look at this question and react too fast to it, you're going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what happened to Kai? It did not say how quickly he raised his speed after the first mile.
Right. In other words, his acceleration.
That's right. So what probably happened was he rode his bike for a mile and he wasn't paying attention. He wasn't paying attention. He just turned into a highway and there was a truck going at twice his speed. He turned into the path of the truck. Little did he know, and the truck collided with him, suddenly accelerating him so that he was moving forward at the same speed as the truck.
That, that's
So his body slammed against the front of the truck. He was crushed, and he was never heard from again.
Okay, come on, that's ridiculous. But yet again, this is if you ride a bike, you're not going at what's a typical bike ride? We're at 10 miles an hour, something like that, maybe.
Well, yeah, you might be going slow at 5 miles per hour, and then you speed up to 10.
Yeah, but it's not real practical for this guy to drive a bike for a mile at 5 miles an hour. That would be really frustrating. Do you notice how slow you would have to bike for an entire mile?
Yeah.
So this is completely.
No, well, people could comfortable pace is 10, and you could go up to 20.
Yeah. But you're not going to be riding a bike for 5 miles, for 1 mile at 5 miles an hour. You go to sleep because you'd be.
It doesn't say whether his bike was powered. Nowadays, so many bikes are on the street are powered.
Yes. You are right. We didn't take that into consideration. But anyway, now we're really veering. So let's go through the 4 questions. Is this question different? Would you do this question different if it was on a school test? No, but it wouldn't be a multiple choice, but you wouldn't do it any differently. Would you do it back in this particular question? Do you look at the answers and then back solve? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe, but it's not really amenable to that. The calculator. No, calculator wouldn't help, even though this is not a calculator question, and all the questions are now calculator questions. But the main idea, I think we mentioned
except if you need a calculator to calculate 1 plus 1.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I already talked about the main idea. The main idea, what they're testing, if you know how to do, is understanding how to increase things by a given percent, and also not being careful about this 100% rise, because it feels like a different answer than it would be if it was an 80% rise. If an 80% rise, most people would probably get it right. More people wouldn't get it right, but if it's 100% rise, you're lulled into just having the numbers play with you and not doing it right. But yes, 100% rise means that you're adding 100% of your number, which is your number, to the original number, which means you have 2 of them. And that's why the answer is 2. Okay? I think that's it.
Yeah,
okay. That's it. Okay, short and sweet today, although not that short in the scheme of things. So I'm Joel. I have a PhD in mechanical engineering from Columbia University, and my brother Seth has a PhD in math from MIT. Seth's been a computer science professor at SUNY Albany for many years. He's now retired, and now we try to meet once every day, except on weekends, to go over how to do a math SAT question. We try to do 1 question a day. We try to offer different approaches, different methods of doing it. With different people, we have different backgrounds, and we think differently, thank God. And hopefully we're here to offer insights into how to do math SAT questions. While we can't predict the actual question, we certainly can. We believe that the methodologies, and the thought processes that we use are used for a lot of questions, many questions. So we suggest you take a lot of practice from the College Board. They offer 4 digital tests on what's called the Blue Book platform. Take all 4, whatever questions you're not sure about. Back those up by studying some content on Khan Academy. where the SAT partners with Khan. They give you many, many questions. Well, Seth doesn't like that. They give you 30 or 40 questions per specific topic that you could study up on, and then just practice, 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 and learn from your mistakes. So I think that's it, right? And if you have any SAT math questions, please email them to us at satmathquestionoftheday@gmail.com.
And that each address is printed on the title page of this channel.
Yes, and we encourage you to leave comments. We take all the comments very seriously. We read every single one. Okay, everyone, have a great day.